Most of the time, when you're building and displaying LEGO sets, it's all smooth sailing. But once in a while, you'll just get that one very minor but very annoying occurrence. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. The LEGO Pet Peeves that are just always there, haunting you. The first thing I want to talk about are cracks in LEGO minifigures and just normal bricks in general. One good example of this is the cracks behind a minifigure's legs. I found out that when you put their legs on like some studs and you leave them for like display purposes, and after a while they will start to crack behind that stud hole. And even if you just took them straight out of the box and put them on display in a glass case, they still happen to crack. And because I, like most people, want to keep my figures in the best condition possible, and I want to preserve the value of like a bunch of expensive figures, I've resorted to just keeping them standing up without studs in these glass cases. Even though they were prone to falling down, it was a sacrifice that I was willing to make. Since if I did keep them on studs, then that thought will always be in the back of my head, telling me that, oh, that legs are gonna now be ruined, even though in reality I probably would not have cared as much anyways. And the second part of this are just normal pieces, because especially these slope pieces that I often use in a bunch of my builds, whenever I have to take them off and put them on in a different place, if I do that repeatedly for like 3, 4, 5 times, then you can start to see the cracks on these pieces. And even though they're practically brand new, it just kind of makes no sense that the quality can be so bad that they can start to crack just after a few uses. This therefore also means that whenever I see a cracked LEGO piece, I automatically have that thought that I shouldn't use that piece in my build, and I have to try to find a piece that isn't cracked, even though they will probably be covered up in the actual build anyways. And in the end, I can't find one of those pieces, so I just use that cracked piece. But then later on, I'll just have that thought, hey, remember when you used that cracked piece in one of your builds? You better go fix that. And don't even get me started on clips, bro. I just use it once and then never take it apart ever again, because I'm just way too scared that they're gonna come loose when I take them out. In fact, this irrational, fear has gotten so much that I decided to make a poem, alright? Just some grade 3 level poetry skills coming in play. Alright. Brittle blue, why you break, I've got no clue. Find a figure that's rare, then cracks are your worst nightmare. Finished a LEGO set and pretend you've never met. Stick it on, take it out. That's what quality control is all about. Alright, if you haven't died from cringe yet, let's go on to the second topic. Now, this one's going to be about stickers and dust. Many of you probably share the same fear, and let me just say, it is solely because of stickers that I've decided to put most of my sets into glass cases. I cannot believe how expensive stickers are on the aftermarket. Like, you're paying $30 just for a basic piece of paper, man. Anyways, on another note, I have this Ninjago Moral Dragon, right? And I didn't put it in a glass case for like a couple years, so the stickers started to peel off. And obviously, they're not going to stick back on again, so guess what? I used super glue to put it back on. And you know what? I don't regret it, because I'm not going to take apart that dragon anytime soon, so it's just going to stay on there. Finally, I just want to say that, oh my god, trying to put these stickers on is the most stressful part of building. I don't know how many times that I've tried to peel a sticker back up because I put it on wrong and trying to put it back on, and then the sticker's all crumpled up or it won't stick back on correctly. And for things such as UCS sets, I mean, we're paying $800 for a LEGO build. The least you can do is to print out the plaque, alright? This next one's going to be a short one, but it's pieces that for some reason don't fit together. Recently, I got this tiger set, and on the snout of it, you had to put these two kind of like quarter circle pieces, and for some reason, none of them actually stick completely on, so they kind of protruding for no reason. I thought maybe it was a production error, but no. I tried to use pieces from my own collection, and it still had the same result. So I don't know what is going on, but LEGO gotta figure this out. And the second subject on this topic is Technic. Whenever I build like a huge Technic structure from a LEGO set, and I try to connect like huge parts of it together, they never seem to go together smoothly. I always have to jam like one side in first and then try to get the other side in, but then they protrude too much, and it's always such a huge annoyance and a headache. I think this is a largely part due to the fact that these Technic pins, the actual pins are on the end are actually larger than the holes themselves, so they don't actually fit correctly fully in. So when you have multiple of these pins, they try to fit them all in together at the same time, it just becomes a huge annoyance, and a bunch of them can't go out of line. This next one is going to be about colors, or rather the lack thereof. Whenever you see a brick-built animal, you see gray. Whenever you see a dinosaur fossil, famous for being completely white bones, you see gray. Of course, this is because LEGO, for some reason, is too lazy to try and make these ball joint pieces and also Technic pins in any other color other than gray. Or in the case of Technic pins, blue and black. You know, you just want a Minecraft polar bear, but no, there has to be a blue circle in there. Or if you want some of these amazing Ninjago figures, well then, how about we put in some blue in there too? And when you're trying to build like LEGO MOCs, you either have to balance between sacrificing accuracy or sacrificing flexibility. And that should never be something that anyone has to choose between. So LEGO, please release these very common and important pieces in any other color than gray and black. Finally, let's go back to minifigures. We have come full circle, and let's talk about these little guys again. Specifically, let's talk about this Mandalorian battle pack. Many people like this, including me, but I just have two gripes with this. The first one being, just look at this picture. There is no playware, and this is basically just brand new out of the box. As you can see, the whole middle section of the helmet is completely faded. And I think this is actually a really common occurrence between things such like clone helmets and these Mandalorian helmets. Because in the actual mold, there's this line down the middle of the helmet. And because when the print is put onto that helmet, the paint might not actually be applied correctly, or inside like the box and coming into contact with other pieces, the friction can cause the paint to wear off on this middle section. And this is super annoying because this is just about the worst place to have paint fading off. Because in universe, this is supposed to be like a visor piece, so it's not supposed to have any battle damage. So it just looks really weird now when it just has blue sticking out when there should just be complete black. And for the second gripe I have with the set is on the holes on the side of the helmet, I found out that they could really easily break. If you can see closely with this helmet, there is a tiny stress mark on the side, and this means that when I try to put like a rangefinder into it, it just pops out. And because the hole is now too big to comfortably fit one of these rangefinders, this helmet is basically useless now. And I just think that if LEGO even just put one tiny extra layer of plastic around this hole, then this could have been all avoided. In conclusion, LEGO really needs to up their quality control, and for God's sake, stop using stickers. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.